Since we know how to apply materials, we'll soon get to the point where we say we need a little more variety inside the home. Fortunately, I do have variety between the house and the deck. And I should point out here that the nice contrast that you see is really important visually. Make sure to do something where you have two materials that look good together and they're drastically different between the deck and inside the home, just like you see here. Lots of good contrast. If we decide that maybe the bedroom needs to have carpet and the bathroom needs to have tile and anything else you want to do to change the material, I'm going to show you how to do that next. Okay, you can start by selecting a floor, and all that really does is pulls up the Modify tab so that we get to the tool that we need. If you don't select, you can still actually click on the Modify and you'll see it. It's called Split Face. And then the next thing it wants you to do is pick the object that you want to split the face of. So I click on the floor here, and it brings up this mode where there's actually orange lines all the way around the perimeter of my floor. I can't see those orange lines, so I'm going to go into Hidden Line, and then they become more apparent. Okay, and think of those orange lines as something similar to the pink lines that you're used to when you draw the boundary around an object. Orange just means you can't change this one. It's there, it's a boundary, you can't change it, but you need to interact with it in order to split the face. So I'm going to go here to my Draw Tools, and I'm going to use the regular line tool, and I'll go right in between the wall for my bedroom and mechanical and hallway and such, making sure that I actually click where it snaps to that orange line. Here comes a new line, and this one's going to be pink. And I'll go down to here, then I'll go across, and once again, if this goes past that orange line or falls short, then it's not going to split the face properly. Okay, now I'll hit Escape, and I'll accept that. And when I go into Materials, I now have a new separation between the floor inside the bedroom and outside the bedroom. Okay, look, instead of now assigning a material, what I'll do is go to the Paint command. And you can search, you can type in the shortcut for this one, it's PT, or you can click on this command. Any materials that you've already created are going to show up here. And I created one for carpet just by using the asset browser. And so that's going to be the carpet in the bedroom. Now I'll go do the same thing, and this time I want something in the bathroom. So I'll click on this, split the face, make sure that you go into Hidden Line and select the floor for hidden face. Now I can just draw. I didn't get that one inside the wall the way that I wanted to, but I can always make a change later. Again, it just has to touch the orange line on both sides. Okay, we'll accept that, and then PT for paint. And this time I've got a little tile floor that I'm going to apply. Can't see it. Let's go into Textures, and there it is. It's kind of a wood patterned tile floor. And I had already decided previously that these are two materials that maybe I want to adjust a little bit. So in my next video, I'll be going into Photoshop and I'll show you how to adjust those. Okay, but while we're here, you can see how this is going to continue working, and maybe you go to an area and you say, you know what, I want a big area rug. That could be underneath the dining room table, it could be in this living room, and the same tool will apply. I'll split the face, I'll select the floor. This time I don't need to go into hidden line mode because I don't want to see the outside. I'm just going to simply draw a rectangle right in the middle of this room that goes somewhat underneath these couches. I'll accept that. PT for paint, and I found a carpet that's kind of striped. And I showed you in the last video how you can rotate that if you decide that you don't like the direction of it. And now we've got a little more variety. I could keep going with this, so you get to decide how much you want to do. If you apply material you don't like, there's two things you can do to fix it. One, you can go right back to the paint tool and you can click on Remove Paint, and that'll just return that floor back to whatever it was previously. And you could also, in a place like where you have the area rug, if you decide you don't like that, you can select it and you can just hit delete. You might even be able to move this thing around. So I can select that area rug, and with my arrow keys on my keyboard I'm just moving that back and forth. The only thing that I don't like that I still have left is that these walls, because we went to textures down here in the graphic display options, they're showing the lumber, the softwood lumber that's been assigned inside the stud cavity. And so I'm lacking contrast through there. I'd like these walls to be nice and dark. Make sure to watch an upcoming video so that you can change what the inside of the walls look like.